Today's topic is Unlock AI with DeepSeek and Qwen. I'm Farouk Kushnazarov. Today I will talk about these models, and that's no secret at all that DeepSeek and Qwen models is top open source models in the communities, and quite hot. So we will go through on these models. First, we will go some theoretical background of the DeepSeek, why it's good on the reasoning. Second, we will go through Qwen Family large language model, and then we will check, or we will see how we can deploy DeepSeek and Qwen on PAI platform for AI and on Model Studio. And then we will wrap up with hands-ons. That's like, I believe, the most interesting part. I will leave all of the links and related materials on the description if you are watching on the YouTube channel, or if you are on real time now, we will share the links and other related informations to you. So let's start, and if we check the journey of the development generative AI, especially on the large language models, as we can put the starting point from the transformers as 2017, and then like from the beginning, Alibaba Cloud or Alibaba Group is actively engaged with developing the models. And especially the changing point was 2022 when InstructGPT, ChatGPT comes, and I still remember it's like in couple of days it was quite boom on the area. Everyone tried to use. However, we now like it's becoming quite normal. But the case was most of the model of the OpenAI was closed sources, but on the Alibaba side, majority of the models is open sourced, and we can see on the Hugging Face and other communities how actively Alibaba is growing with the communities. So on 2025. We can see releasing the 2.5 Max as MOE model, and then of course about the DeepSeek R1, OpenAI models, O3, and so on. It's kind of raising, and on this training is Alibaba Cloud is actively engaged. Just as proof of my word, we can see the Gartner report, and as it's like on the top on the emerging on the features side, right? And it's emerging leaders, and on the potential, it's quite ahead as well. On the knowledge management apps and productivity. AI engineering, as you can see, Alibaba Cloud is on the top as well, based complemented by vendors, and that's like by November. So let's go to the instead of like comparing and saying as in different reports, let's go to the DeepSeek's as architecture, why it's so popular, and what's the difference on the DeepSeek side. So overall, when we say about the reasoning models, let me put it in this way. So before DeepSeek, we know it has the reasoning model. However, we every time guess how the trained reasoning models and what's the method on the reasoning, because we don't have the articles or some methods which is publicly allowed for everyone. That's like breakthrough brought by the DeepSeek. They published first scientific article on the reasoning models, and then most of my images is taken on this one. Again, as a link will be on the description, or will be you will have the links related materials. So usually we ask the questions, and DeepSeek R1 here, it's the reasoning model, will thinking and then answer. So on general one, we can come up with ideas, which is like supervised fine-tuning with reinforcement learning, and then we will have reasoning model. However, this model, this process of the learning of training quite expensive, and to collect the relative data for this kind of process, it will be quite costly. So how we come up, or what's the ideas in this case, thanks to the DeepSeek engineers, brilliant guys, as they come up with ideas about to put the interim reasoning model, which is, this model is quite it's good on the reasoning related tasks. However, on other tasks the results is not so good, or it's, let's say, worse. And we have the SFT data, it's 200, and then long chain of the source examples. It's generated with internal models, which is put reasoning oriented reinforcement learning, and then we will have the quite let's say enough data for the SFT fine-tuning our V3 based model. And then on this point we will have the DeepSeek, let's say, R0 model, and then we can general reinforcement learning with let's say with a smaller data or less investment on this one. That's like a good part of the deep smart way of the DeepSeek training process. So that's like training process. How about the architecture? On the architecture is stack of the transformers, and then it's made up 61 blocks, and first 3 is dense blocks, and the rest of the mixture of expert layers. As you can see from the article, like block 1 to 3, it's dense models and mixture of experts transformers from the block 4 to the block 31. And we can see that how it's like in terms of the dimensions and vocabulary, vocab size, it's like 130k around, and dimensions is 7168, which is like FNN dimensions can be found as well. And if we calculate like from the image, we can see rotated experts is 256, is active experts per token, then will be 8 per blocks. If you are interested on the more details, so actually you can go to the DeepSeek V3 technical reports, and then DeepSeek MOE paper as well. Everything is available, and I can show this article, so it's available on archive. And plus on GitHub they have the quite detailed explanation about the model, what's the summary, what is they have done the steps, and even they published the R10, which is previously I mentioned it, which is, you can see total parameters, activated parameters, and context length is the same. That gives makes sense about the previous steps of the training. And here we come to the interesting part. As you can see, DeepSeek even go to the further. Instead of creating their own mass models, or let's say smaller models for the training, they use the top models. As you can see, the distill Qwen 1.5 for the mass task is same, and mass task 2.5, and Qwen 14b be distill as well. That's like in my opinion, it's quite a smart way, fine-tuned based on open source models using samples generated by DeepSeek R1. So it's enhanced, and from the choosing the DeepSeek Qwen model, we can come up with idea like, okay, they choose the top models as Llama and Qwen, and from this one is 4 of them is Qwen model. Let's go on the Qwen model as well. Well, about the Qwen model, recently it's upgraded, and by the Hugging Face community and Hugging Face CEO, that's say like most powerful full family of the LLM, and it's every time gets the best model on the Hugging Face, and we can see the number of the downloads. It's roughly going to be 200 millions, and it's difficult to imagine even like child models or derivative of models of the Qwen is around 90k, and it has a huge variety of the models, starting from the teeny model like 0.5 and huge model 72, and publishing of course with the Qwen-Max as well. Again, by popularity of this one, not only this data, but we can check the Hugging Face, and then out of 20 top models, which is fine-tuned or changed a little bit, it is based on the Qwen model. So we can see that the 19 models of top is Qwen. So architecture is Qwen, and so on. That's like gives us some feeling about how powerful open source model is and community on the open source as well. Then we back to the Qwen-Max. That's published very recently around Chinese New Year. Yeah, that's like based on the MOE architecture, which is mixture of experts. That's pre-trained with 20 plus trillion tokens. That's like huge amount of the data. Then support 29 plus languages. Just that's like officially data. And then we can see the performance, the open weights model only, which is on some areas it's overcome DeepSeek version 3. Again, we are not going to check the reasoning task. That's the general task. As on the general task, it's pretty good, and we can see the results. Even like Qwen 2.5 Max is overcome like quite huge models, and it depends on the task. In different tasks, which is bring here as bench, which is overcome a GPT-4 0806. So probably you are interested where you can get more details about this model. Similarly, it has the first GitHub page, which publishing about the Qwen models, more details as overall model. Plus, it has the official page of the Qwen 2 on the blog. Qwen 2.5 Max as details. That's like because it's published near Chinese New Year, they use this kind of interesting card. It has the Qwen chat demo, APIs, and the Discord channel as well. As you can see, the data is officially published and has the sources for each data. Moreover, on Alibaba Cloud, on the Model Studio page, more details show on the Qwen family of the LLM, and you can go to the playground and so on, and you can try the models like Qwen-Max. And QuenVL for the image generation, which is visual languages, which is you can talk with the images. This is published closed source and open source as well. Then again, it has on the Hugging Face demo playing area, where you can play around. So let's go the next step where we can play around or check the qualities or deploy the DeepSeek or Qwen model. first, for the deploying, you need to computing resources. That's come up with is Alibaba platform. And when we are talking about the computing resources, we first consideration of the computing resource will be cost. So we want to save the cost, run it in a faster manner, which is come up your needs. It can be business needs, personal needs, and we should have the platform which is just run your large language model by effective way. It should be efficient. In this case, we can see the PAI, which stands for the platform for AI, and model optimization and inference part. By QPS optimization, query per second, you can optimize it up to 1.9, and depends on the source frameworks and other. And on the TPS, you can optimize 1.4 times. What's the PAI? That's PAI Blade LLM model optimization, which is works for the most of the foundation models. This plus it's easy to run with the PAI platform. And if you want to go to the PAI platform, usually we recommend the platform for AI, Elastic Algorithm Services, which is Elastic LLM Model Inference, where you will have the infrastructure, CPU, GPU, maybe you want different instances as well, container for scheduling, and then model deployments. You can do stress test, monitoring, alerting, and other functions as well. So, but usually deploying the large language model by yourself, or let's say on the bare metal GPU, you need to do a lot of massage or playing around. So to avoid these kind of things, it has a model gallery. On the model gallery, as you can see, it has already DeepSeek R1, distillation from the Qwen-32, and so on, other models. And on the documentation, it's quite clear written about the deployment methods. Does it support Blade LLM acceleration or not? And VLLM acceleration, the max token support. In some of the models, Blade LLM acceleration, which is shown here, is faster working than VLLM. So depends on your needs. You can choose one of them, and that's like one-click deployment from this part. Then, next question from you probably will be which GPUs or which kind of computing resources I need to choose for this kind of models. Then we have recommendation list as well. Depends on your model. You can choose like on PAI-EAS is like servers model. If you want more details, it's the full name here. If you want to know like which kind of GPU cards is using, then memory size and vCPU as well. And we put for every models, even some of them is using it's a recommendation actually, so you can choose one of them. So let's here if you will have questions or feedbacks or something you want to ask, please put on the comment part, ask a question. We will be happy to answer you and then come up and read your comments as well. So let's go to on the demo part. First, for the demo, what we need to go to the Alibaba Cloud website. Usually, if you are not registered, you just need to register, but I have registered already, and registration quite straightforward. I will not come on the registration part. After you log in, you just need to press console, and after you press console, you will have something like this. with your account, details information, resources, and so on. And basically we can type here platform for AI, and you can see that it comes on the AI machine learning platform for AI and platform for AI. Actually, I use quite often, so I put on my favorite list. Plus, if you used it before, it come on the recent visits. So I'm opening now platform for AI. When you first time come to this platform, actually here you will not have any workspace. Let me choose Singapore, and you will not have any workspaces. Basically, you can give the workspace name, let's say DeepSeek workspace, and display name you can put as well. And then if you need some members, you can add the members. Then next, members, I have to add members, but then you can choose, like, when you will have designer, DSW, DLC for the training. If you are interested on the training, please again leave some comments on the comments part. comments, and we will organize another the training for training part. And then you just press the create. Yes, I don't need resources, and then I can go to the workspace. So on the workspace, you can see my workspace name, DeepSeek workspace. Is then on the left side, I will have quick start, model gallery, notebook gallery, then data preparation for the tagging, future store, designer for the visual modeling when you just drag and drop, data science workshop if you want to do some coding by yourself, have deep learning containers for the training, auto ML if you're interested on this one, and model application is model development Lang Studio if you want to work some RAG and other applications, and elastic algorithm services, which is we will go on, and A/B testing, and more asset management like datasets, models, images, jobs, source code repositories. You can even connect your source code. So I did some homework, but before we go to the homework part, let me show the model gallery. So if we press the model gallery, here we will come up the ready models. Thus it start on the top. It's like DeepSeek R1 distilled from the Qwen 32, 7B, even Llama and Qwen, and so on. Basically what you need to do is just press button. Here is button deploy, and then you can choose the standard single node, SGLang accelerated deployment, or VLM accelerate deployment. Then service name, if you need to like group, you can create the new group or just join to the relative one, or choose the resources like GPU resources what you want. And if you want to connect from your VPC, you put VPC and press the deploy. Since then after this need to some time, it will be deployed, but I have prepared, so I will just go to my instance which I have prepared. Should be here. So it's in operation. I can press service detail is ready. As you can see, it's deployed. So service monitor is working as well. And then after I deploy, I just need to go to the details, as it gives the detailed introduction. So if somebody interested on the running curl, feel free to use the curl as well. Even it gives more details about how you can use. I like to use Open Python, And that's like you can use Open AI framework, or you can use Pi SDK. It depends on your needs. But let me show to show how we can use OpenAI, since it's easy to change from the OpenAI. If you are using current OpenAI, you want to change it from the OpenAI model to the DeepSeek on Alibaba Cloud, then only you need to do the change the OpenAI API key and API base. So what I did, I copy this code, and then I will do, I will go to the PAI-EAS. So it's here I'm on the Pi platform for AI and Elastic Algorithm Services. Here, my deployed model is here. As you can see, it's running, and then I can go to the inside. So it's running, no issues, everything good. And if I want to debugging or stress testing, I can go on. But what I need invocation method. So here I need to copy the public endpoint and tokens. Probably you will see my tokens. However, right after the recording, I will delete my instance, and then you cannot join. But please, when you do on the production, put on the environmental file and hide it. But for the making it more clear, I will show it. So back to all the steps. First, I copy the code from the model gallery, example code, which is shown here. We use its OpenAI library, and I have put it to my Pi file, all of the code, and after then I go to my instance. Inside I have view endpoint and copy. First I copy my public endpoint. Public endpoint I have put it OpenAI API base, and at the end you should put the /v1. After then I copy my token, and token I have put on the API key. So if you like to create the environment, you can create your own environment, which I did, or you can do it from the public one. So what I have done here I installed the pipe install OpenAI. If you have installed it, you can skip this part, and after then what I can do, I can just run. So my is like role is user, my type is text, and what's my question is hello, please introduce yourself. The more detailed, more better. So I run this command, and as you can see, it first runs the PAI-EAS, then DeepSeek R1, then it's sync, then it's going. Let me put here. Okay, the user wants me introduce myself in detail, and so blah 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 blah. So far we passed the syncing part, and then it's greeting. It says like DeepSeek R1 light preview, Chinese company dedicated making AGI reality through open source and scalable AI technologies. So, which is pretty good. It's giving me a markdown about the what I am, capabilities, technology foundations, ethical design, privacy, and so on. And then even ask, feel free to test my limits, ask nice questions, and so on. So that's like already deployed my on PAI-EAS as DeepSeek, and you can run it. So everything is taking only minutes, and you can use it. After then, you can stop if you want to save the cost, because you need to pay per hour, so it will takes a while stop, and right after that you can delete it. Even I can press it now because I don't need to do this instance, and I don't want somebody use my tokens, which is I release it. And then we back to our presentation. So we deployed R1 on the PAI-EAS, and then somebody maybe doesn't want to deploy and just start to use, and then we offer Model Studio. For the Model Studio, as you can see, what we offer the one-stop deployment service platform, which just has the Alibaba Cloud operation system on the cloud, and Model Studio, which is like model service, application deployment, operation and maintenance, and you can do your businesses like retails and so on. On the why it's one stop, and then because you can do the agentic systems, this your application RAG, SQL, natural language to SQL, and so on, and it's highly secured, which is you have the data isolation, built-in policies, user end roles, and guardrails, which by our customers is using customer service, content generation, BI Copilot, image and video generation, code generation, retail assistant, and so on. That's more limited with this one. And so far from the Gartner report, it's quite advanced and include a lot of functionality. So that what it will give you: empowering model-centric deployment and efficient orchestration for workflow and agent, that you can create agentic system, enhanced observability and application performance. And if we see the Model Studio, we can see all the models from Qwen and Qwen-Max as well. We will back to this UI later on. Actually, now we will go. Let me show. So after, again, what we need to do, we'll log into the Alibaba Cloud and press. Actually, it shows immediately Model Studio. If you press this one, it will go to the documentation page. But what we can do, I think we can press a free trial or activate now. I press this documentation page, introduction page. Actually, introduction page is quite good. It shows every features what you have, and which is to be launched, available features and scenarios. There is model pricing thing, and please pay attention. So you will get 1 million free token for each model. If you use like 10 models, you will get 10 million in free tokens, and this is valid day is 30 days after from the date of activate. After you press activate, it will take 30 days, and it has an embedding. So even embedding is free, limited for time, and you can see the success stories and so on. What I did, I press activate now, then it opens Alibaba Cloud Model Studio. Originally it shows Qwen-Max, but I can choose any model which I want. Let me just ask who are you, and then it should be able to answer. Pretty good. And actually, if you have some issues on the answering, you can work with your request ID. I mean that when you create your application with Python code or other codes, you can get the request ID and check what's wrong. So and on the model sides, we can see the models. We can see high performance Qwen-Max latest, or if you wanna model which is on the January 25th as published, you can use this one as well. And plus model turbo open source, which is like can be visual language models and instruct models as well. You have the playground models, text models, and visual models as well. You can go on with plugins. You can have the calculator, Python code interpretation, application as well. You can create application, depends on your needs, components, prompt engineering, custom plugins, and if you want to do the RAG, you're welcome to the data management, data applications, knowledge index to upload your knowledge base, and so on. So if you want to know maybe RAG, retrieval augmented generation, or some other applications, or more detail about the Alibaba Cloud Model Studio, please feel free to leave your request, and we will organize another webinar. From your side, if you are watching in YouTube, other social networks, please put the thumb up, like it, and put your feedbacks. See you next time. Thank you.